afternoon, family and friends, brothers and sisters. I'm outside in the shop in the yard, and I was up foraging yesterday with the combat veteran, PTSD. It's kind of our thing. I just met him, and he clicked, even though he's Army and I'm Air Force. So we were out foraging yesterday, and I'm not going to say where because I found ghost mushrooms, um, and they're very hard to find. Um, so I've got them in a tincture right now. They're they're for pain. Um, so the big find we had is chicken of the woods. Now it's very firm, so I know it's good. There's no dark spots, so I'm going to fry some up after I make a fire. Now I'm not just going to make any fire. I'm going to make fire out of charcoal. Not charcoal I bought, charcoal I made. So I make charcoal. I've got my tinder kit here. I do have a lighter. It's going to make it easier for me because I still have to mow the lawn, and it's overcast today, so it's still humid here in Maryland. But I'm going to use my cast iron skillet, my smoker grill without the lid, and so I did clean this off. Like I said, this is a smoker. It's a small smoker. It's only the wife and I love this thing. Mine died before, and I bought a new one. I have my camping kit too. And this is the stuff I make. Don't need that much. Still some wood. Oh, come on, Rosie. So, you just happen to have some grass on top. Throw that on there. All I want to do is get this thing started. This is cedar bark. So yeah, it's one of my ministries is to prevent veteran suicide, obviously. I think you guys know that by now. And I've been trying to meet up with this guy for probably 2 months now. And I'm like, yeah, just bring him, just bring him, just bring him. Well, last Saturday they brought Jesse. Very cool guy. It was neat being in the woods with somebody from the Army. It was like, there's an ambush point there, there's an ambush point there. In the Air Force, we were looking not to be ambushed. So, come on, Grace. She just trimmed my nail. I'm getting too close. I'll try to just make a little feather stick out of this. Right in the center. You see him, skipping this, not around. He's caught in rounds. I'm just going to break it apart a little bit. Light this guy on fire. It's just going to melt all that wax over that wood and hopefully catch that wood on fire. Yeah, he showed me a place I could find fatwood too. Um, he doesn't use it, but we were a nice compliment to each other because what I didn't know, he knew. What he didn't know, I knew. Whatever, you know. But some of the things we knew both. But he knew exactly where to walk. He knew the direction. Every place we went, I was I was so excited about getting into the woods that I stopped about, I don't know, 100 meters in and said, Jesse, I don't know where I am. And I looked up and I'm like, oh, we're facing south. Told him about my sense of direction problem. Um, so, I mean, he helped me probably more than I helped him. You see how good those cotton rounds are. No grassy could hurt you. So, right over there. Smothering my fire. I am going to bring a cutting board. Old pair of tongs that you left out in the elements for too many years. I use them for kind of to take the grill off of there. Great. You always get a metal grill scraper, all metal, at least wired up. Because those plastic ones, if you do that with those plastic ones, it will cut your plastic. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut some pieces here. Now you can season these how you want. I've seen people use like teriyaki, treat it like chicken. But no matter how you treat it, it's chicken of the sea. Now I'm going to let this burn for a while. Get my plate back. Cover up my chicken. And I use olive oil. My cotton rounds back in my camping box. So I'll be back when this turns to coals. So the charcoal is lit. Didn't take much at all. So I'm going to start heating up my pan. Get the outdoor debris out of it. I'm going to bring a rag and just wipe it out. This cast iron, I've had this cast iron skillet for, well, I got it when I was 18, so almost 50 years. I'm going to put a good bit of oil in there because this is a little off level. And I cook with sea salt. I can open these up, get more air underneath there. I cook with sea salt, so just want to get this hot. Sorry about the traffic noise, but I'm going to be filming from this location that I found, and probably others. I found a whole mountain of woods. State land. I didn't know I could go do this stuff on state land. So grew up in the city. That's what happens. So I'm gonna let this heat up for probably 10 minutes. Um, Cast iron, you know, you don't want it to run out of oil and burn. It's like your car. It's getting hot, so that's good. But anyway, we were walking along in the woods and we saw this on this tree, these globs of what we think were mushrooms, but they all blob together. And we were, I was messing with that with my knife, and he calls me and he goes, points and says, "Look." My mouth dropped. My eyes got. He said my eyes got real big too. There were. He has a bag this big. It's like one of those drawstring bags, and you use it as a backpack or shoulder backpack, whichever you choose. We took everything out of there and cut one off and filled that thing. It was this big, and I'm not lying. I have Ziploc bags, so I was cutting onesie twosie off and kind of sitting them in the Ziploc bags, and this is one of the bigger ones I got. But I'm like, I really hope this is chicken of the woods. So, did a lot of research on it this morning. If it wasn't, there'd be gills here. But since it is, I'm going to go ahead and throw these in here. My oil is definitely getting hot. The reason I like cast iron is because it dissipates the heat throughout the whole pan. There. And these pieces at the end, if they're not firm, don't eat them. And a lot of people will save them for, like, put in a stew or something like that. I'm just going to go for time's sake. Salt on there. Yeah, I'm putting together a camping box because it's something I used to enjoy. The only thing is you can't control the heat. So I put all these alternating in here like this. Actually, this guy needs to be turned around. I've already had some this morning, and I didn't have any type of gastro problems. So I should be good. But because of the oil in here, I'm going to try to get some of the bigger pieces over here. Because all the oil is down at the side of the pan. But yeah, we intentionally went looking for this, and I found ghost mushrooms. Awesome. Let that sit for a little bit. So here's a couple of tinctures I'm making. This is elderberry, and this is Indian pipe or ghost mushrooms. Um, now you see I'm not shaking this or anything because I don't want the oxygen below to sit on the bottom. I want it to coat the whole whatever you're making. But these are going to go back in the canning area. So I'm very pleased with this. This is my first one. This is my second one. I did can some dock in olive oil just because I wanted to have some stuff for bites, stings, burns, whatever. So they said to cook these about 10 to 15 minutes. At 15, they start getting a little too much. So I will remove these. At about 10 or 15, right before 15 minutes. I didn't even time it. I mean, if you cook a lot like I do, you know when something's done. Oh, smells like mushrooms. So these tongs are my camping tongs now. So you see how much of a problem they're. It's spring. I'm trying to get this one turned over here. It just doesn't want to. But later on today, I'm gonna probably batter some of these and. So I did tell you during the summer, or spring and summer, that my videos are going to get shorter. I mean, I have bush crafting type stuff to do, but foraging is what I'm getting into. I'm going to learn to live off this land, and there is so much out there. I found so much yesterday. I found another mushroom that I didn't grab that is very medicinal too. So maybe next weekend we'll go out there again or find a different spot. There's so many different spots out. It opened up a whole new world to foraging and surviving off the land for me. So I'm gonna stick with Jesse. He knows what he's doing. Plus, we've got a buddy out in the woods in case somebody gets hurt. God bless you. Take care.